It's within a woman to create, to make order, to be an emotional, full human being, I think. Perhaps men are better because they are denied this in their lives. Therefore, they put more of it into a poem. And maybe if you are born with an extra amount, as a woman, it works out all right. You have enough for life itself. You have a family. And then you have some left over. It always seems to me I have too much left over. Maybe that's an ingredient.
It's not entirely green, right?
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
as a piece of
Start over. I'm sorry.
As a piece of theater, we're trying to make something that is eco-friendly, that is almost entirely immersive, and what else?
Choose your own adventure, if that's not already, covered with immersive.
Yeah, something that audience members might not be familiar with is that you're technically always on the playing space with the actor. There's no defined, separated stage. You're free to walk and see different angles.
And I think that's exciting to us as I'm tying my shoe. I think that's exciting to us because there's something that we want the audience member to really get to know who these women are, at least through our interpretation of them, and to feel comfortable, getting up close with these. Or uncomfortable, or very uncomfortable.
Having different experiences from other audiences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I am so vain, and I am so masochistic. How can they coexist?
If you're drawn to one artist more than another, we want the opportunity for the audience members to be able to explore that.
Yeah.
Also, through our piece, we're looking to de-romanticize their suicides by starting from a place of romanticization, and then through celebrating their life and through sort of debunking mythology that surrounds these artists throughout the play, go to a more rounded base, or whatever our end result is, to de-romanticize these suicides and to revitalize the celebration of their life and their work as people and not just as posthumous figures in art.
What I learned was if you were weak, all you had to do was confess it, and then it would be all right. That's what femininity constituted in that time. And you found a man to take care of you in exchange for being taken care of. You see, I never suffered from adversity. I was confirmed in a sense of unreality.
I'm always so interested in the flesh and the bones of who these women were, not just the image that we all have of them after they're gone. What was it that made them tick? And I think that that's something that we're all working really hard to find, and we're doing a lot of research to make sure that we are as close to familiar with who these women were, based on writings from people who knew them, autobiographies, letters, journals, diary entries, their writings, their feelings, things they said, to really make sure that this is a picture of who these women are as much as we can know about them.
So we definitely will involve a lot of texts that came directly from the artists, quotes about them, texts that we generated living in the spirit of them, as well as doing a lot of movement to tell the story.
Every man for himself, save women and children? What's this fake gallantry? We've got women running out our ears. It's men that interest us. And you can forget about children. Let them croak, the little buggers, before they've gotten a taste for life and known its sorrows.
I think a lot of times people assume if they hear immersive and devised, they're like, well, I'm just going to be walking through a bunch of people screaming. And you will. But we will also...
We can guarantee that, as well as
a narrative story plot, though not directly linear.
Yeah, it's not going to be a narrative in the way that theater classically is a narrative, but we do intend on telling 5
different stories.
distinct, interesting stories about real life people.
And on that vein as well, what would happen if all of these women, by some vehicle of an environment that we're creating, that we're inviting everyone into, what would happen if they became one at points, if they, all interacted, the opposing views, the feelings, the different personalities, what that would be like in a space. Which
And
I think
also
is
what these
super-
women were like when they're truly alone.
Yeah. We've thought it was very interesting to think about that one moment when the person is in the process of dying, that whenever anybody's dying, there's always this moment where they think, oh my God, I have to live. I can't die anymore. We thought it would be really interesting to expand that moment for all of these artists and to live in that place of
Wanting to live.
Wanting to live.
Being born a woman is an awful tragedy. Yes, my consuming desire to mingle with road crews, sailors and soldiers, barroom regulars, to be a part of a scene, anonymous, listening, recording. All is spoiled by the fact that I am a girl, a female always in danger of assault and battery. My consuming interest in men and their lives is often misconstrued as a desire to seduce them or as an invitation to intimacy. Yet, God, I want to talk to everybody as deeply as I can. I want to be able to sleep in an open field, to travel west, to walk freely at night.